Albert.
That's not the
Hey, don't forget, we need a picture before we Hey!
Yeah, you wish you could fit your
Inventory. Is anyone missing? No.
If they're not here, we just...
I thought
You're not here.
If they're here,
Say you're not
no, I
here.
bet if they're here. They're here.
Everybody's missing guys.
All group leaders. Is your group here?
Yes, we are. We're here. We're here.
I got to put my picture on. I turned it down.
Here we have Bruce's photo.
You want me to text Bruce?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be hard to take a group photo, you know, if they're...
Talk to a human. Kind of included in my service.
People send it to me.
Don't make him get up and say hello.
Talking to a human. A human.
How do you spell Bruce?
Watch your head.
All right. Like I said, some people got to go to bed. Oh, wait, Nancy's not doing her election.
It's just what are we doing here?
Jeff Bronner. Oh, come join me. No.
Last time I did it was
Are you
embarrassing.
the Vanna? Are you the Vanna?
This time we'll be.
We're just trying to fake out Hutchins again. I'm gonna. Okay, close.
Last one just losing one.
You all know that a few years ago, David Hillstrom took it upon himself to refurbish the table and did a hell of a job. Yes, he did. At his own expense, his own labor. He drove it back and forth wherever he's living, all his gypsy life, hauled it with him everywhere, and finally got it done. It's beautiful. And when it came time to replace the plaques that had been in there, you may recall, were for Johnny Johnson and Phil Roberts. And those disappeared. Pressler, are you farting?
What is that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Are you farting? I don't know.
Our house when the table was out on our back porch. So when it came time to replace the plaques, you know, by that time we had a lot of fallen soldiers, except the two originals. So I decided the best thing to do was just a complete listing of everybody that was in the fraternity. And when we got installed, we'd get together and a lot of questions were, oh, where's he? Is he still alive?
You got hung?
So yeah, our recruiter got hung. So I decided, well, I'll just make this a last man standing tote board. And give everybody, so we won't get confused at who's still here and who's not. We are getting more and more confused. Exactly. So it became a last man standing tote board. Well, Lieutenant Colonel David Hillstrom, U.S. Air Force, retired. Took that as a cue to take a page out of Jimmy Doolittle's book, Jimmy Doolittle's Raiders, who had this last man standing ritual. They had this expensive bottle of cognac that when they're all, that group of raiders that bombed Tokyo, I think, last one would have that bottle to open and commemorate. So Davy went out, bought this box, refinished it, found this, I'm not going to lift it too much, but found this plaque. Had it engraved, last man standing, the Brotherhood of Sigma Tau Kappa. And Coach Bronner had a bottle of port from 1967. And he thought that was very appropriate since we were about 1967 or so. And of course my reaction was port. I wouldn't drink that shit up without dead or alive. But Coach Mack said, wait a minute, that's good stuff. And Jeff says, that's good stuff. And I go, well, yeah, okay, maybe. And I'm not going to be the last one standing anyway, so it doesn't make a shit to me. But we decided, not knowing who was going to be around, Coach Bronner went out and got something for everyone. So we don't know who's who and what they're going to do. And with a little help from Federley and Brooks, we covered all the bases.
Oh, good. Equal opportunity.
To do everything. What the hell do you do?
And when you come up and look, a particular note, the handle that opens, Davey got this from Rick Bush 50 years ago.
Wow. That's such a push.
And it's a little set of titulars. That's how you open it. And there's everything, whoever you are, that's the last man standing will need. Now, we're going to transfer this to the frat house. The owner doesn't know it yet. There's one more piece of shit that's going to end up in But,
Well, point of order.
yeah.
You can put a red
I
door.
think it would be incumbent on us so that we can ensure that all the contents of the box are there for the last man.
If you can't trust me, don't do it. I can see Brooks up there again. Oh, no, that son of a bitch smoked that joke. No, but what it is,
That perhaps Brother Ross should be in
That's
charge.
actually a good thing.
well, it's coming to me anyway, and I want to say thank you, Nick.
So you're just ahead a little early?
Okay, Bill, don't get real excited. There's no chocolate in here.
Nobody's on the Dairy Queen either.
No, it's
Here, John.
Okay,
So there you go. Now we covered all the bases.
there's a, David even provided the CD if you want to look up Doolittle Craters. See, back in 1932, Doolittle was born. It's a Hillsman story. And the question that remains, the only question remains is how and when you want to use this. So y'all have to decide that. It doesn't have to be the last man standing, it could be the last 5 men standing, or maybe nobody's standing, we're in wheelchairs. But here it is. Check it out.
Well, the Doolittle guys got down to about 4 or 5 of them. They said,
Exactly.
let's drink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that, I'm sure that will
You can
happen.
share it with your buddies. Hell
How
yeah.
many items are in there? Do you know?
Yeah, but how
I
did
didn't
we
count
get
them,
in
but-
touch? Because your phone will be ready, you'll be.
That doesn't. More than that. Yours will have to get it.
Something for everybody. So there it is. It's yours now.
John, not to sound morbid,
Uh-oh.
but if something happens to one of the holders, how does it get moved back to someone else? Oh my God.
Well, when
What's gonna happen?
That's a good question.
There's enough in home and fast.
Yeah, it'll get somewhere.
Local time.
We'll just go clean out his house.
Oh, I thought we were on his deed.
I got the key.
feathers. Maybe we can get feathers all over the place.
Especially if we could turn the lights out and they were fluorescent.
Yeah, but they're not.
Oh, well.
Well, Jovo, this didn't work out because it took me forever to kind of be elastic. I thought, through.
Well, let everybody
Tie
do
a
their
knot,
own.
but then when you pull on the mouse, the knot, this thing comes out.
Oh, really?
So you gotta tie it around. But we can just paint on them if we want to. I mean, I don't care what we do.
I just happened to notice, I'm like, I've never seen that t-shirt.
I had made a donation to St. Jude. And that's what they said. I donated. I never got that one. I gave St. Jude.
I donated to the front.
Radio station.
Or asked and see if that building could.
That's the name of it.
I said, this is wild.
Yeah, really?
They're from Mexico.
That is wild. I think that's been a lot of fun.
Korean.
Genuine. Genuine. Yeah. Well, man, we love you long.
Now I understand.
Camping.
I'm very shy.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, you get it.
Two words, it's not three words.
It sounds like somebody's pimping
He
you
just comes
out.
and puts his face against.
No, what? That's me.
I know.
You have to stand in the line and lean over. Your Mexican brother had to lay face up.
I don't even know where.
And you had to take a big swallow and swallow it. And if you couldn't hold it down, you had to puke on your fraternity brother's face.
I don't know.
And then at the end of the night, you might get a couple of whacks from one of the brothers, and then we'd all go jump in the
canal, yeah.
canal and throw our bricks in the canal. Or
I don't remember the brick thing. I remember carrying it around. Somebody, I don't know what the rule was about it, but somebody ended up with several bricks. I had a little
you had to
wheelbarrow.
carry a brick, and if anybody came up and talked to you and said,
You had to carry
why?
those. I guess that was the Wrigley. So Coffee stealing his brick in there with a wheelbarrow full of bricks.
I had to carry a brick with me everywhere I went. Somebody came up and said, what's that brick? I'm building a golden brick of brotherhood. If you set your brick down and your brother stole it, the next day you gotta have two.
That was it. That was it.
And if they steal those two, the next day you're gonna have
Okay, now, what was the thing about? So it was something I think was concerning the bricks, but you'd end up with having a piece of string tied onto your dick, and it came out through a buttonhole with a pin on it. You had to go around and get autographs.
They would put a string around your Weinberg, pull it up, and have a tag hung out of your
Short
pants.
string.
And it said pull on this, and you go up to the girls in the salon.
Mine didn't pull out. They had a pencil. You had to go around, and it was short. So they're constantly trying to get more so they could write.
Oh yeah, well, they had different kind of.
Oh yeah. It didn't happen to me, but I sure saw it happen to somebody else.
Sick guys like having your Pressler for they didn't look at all that, so they got less than
I was always weird about Cochran and I. We ran around when that was all going on. So that thing kicked a lot of flames out the bottom like this. And all that dirt. It was so freaking cool. I couldn't believe it. And then him and Harry Savage racing up and down 104th Street there. Those two were crazy with that shit.
That's what I'm saying, they're sneaking out, what are they doing? Is this gonna be like a last damn year?
We're a couple other guys.
I don't care about on that table, right?
The road stopped, we watched the canal road in.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
it was 3 or 4 guys up.
I know.
Some of these guys, and they just go right past us down that gravel road.
Oh, no.
At about 80, and all of a sudden that car just started.
Oh, somebody told that story the other night. Where there's also taillights, headlights. We didn't roll.
20 of us like, they're all dead. We get down there, and I was like,
Everybody was good.
what the hell happened? But he just hit that huge crowd at about 80 of them. Yeah, like that.
Who was telling that story?
And Gerard kept checking his seatbelt to make sure, he wouldn't hit the deck.
Yeah,
And then
well,
there's a tractor.
it was out in the field also, so it was dry and it was hazy, you couldn't see it. But you could still see taillights, but Tom just missed the taillights. Straight up in the field until he drove into this tractor. But, and don't think this guy was a bad guy, man. I loved him to death, really. We were watching, I guess you could say, adult films one night at a mixer at somebody's house.
I remember those.
Okay? And Tom Fisher, we're getting drunk. He goes, okay, come on with me. I got some girls at the University of Miami. I said, sure, Tom. I'm going to watch a movie. Let's go.
I remember this as an 8th grader.
Really, but vivid imagination.
And you believed it.
So we get in his car, and cars are real close. I said, Tom, I don't think you can get out. He goes, I'm He backs into this car. I go forward, Tom. So he goes forward. I go, Tom, you can't get out there. It's too tight. He goes, I'll get up the other side. So that's even good. He hits that car. But now he's through. He's scratching up the side of the car. Didn't matter. He was going to total it later. And so I actually said, stop, Tom, stop. I said, no, we're too drunk, stop. And he goes, oh, you big pussy. I'm going, so I got out of the car, okay? I said, Tom, I can't do this, Go back and watch some more movies. Tell me how to do it. I go back in the house. And that was the night he hit that tree off US 1 and by the Burger King there.
The dog.
And it nearly killed him.
So was that the purple grape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the engine was sitting in the passenger seat where I would have been sitting.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we went and took pictures the next day. And I said, and Tom was in the hospital, I think, for a couple of days.
Yeah, his father left him
Fred
But I
Tucker's
thought-
father left him at the Coral Gables jail.
there. Well, I thought though he hit that tree on the way to Holland's wedding. No?
He did what?
Hit that tree on the way to Holland's wedding.
No, this was after a night of porn movies.
Oh.
It might have been a different
You said
tree.
adult
Might
film.
have been in a different car.
Oh, that's it, that's right.
That's what they were called.
Said the dog ran.
Let me check my, let me check. I haven't seen my search.
The dog just made the swerve.
How many cars did he wreck?
Oh, God.
All of them.
How many cars did he wreck?
Just 2. Just
Oh,
two-
just
2 that he owned. I don't know if anybody let him drive their car, but I did.
Oh, you remember your mom gave him that Lincoln Continental?
Yeah.
Well, I had never seen this car, and I was having a poker game at my house. So my driveway, I had the gate open. It was like 200 feet up to the house and went through
Oh,
the
this is your
portico
red
shed.
house.
Yeah, the red
We
house.
were grown-ups now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is a mature Tom story.
I had kids and everything.
So you could drive around through the thing and then go back out. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for guys to get there, and I've never seen this Continental, and all of a sudden I see a Continental stop out there. And then, so I saw somebody looking for something, so I went on about getting ready to chips out and stuff, and all of a sudden I hear bang, 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 like 3 shots. Okay, so I'm going, well, I'll see what that guy's doing. I go out there, and that Continental's coming down my driveway doing about 60.
Oh God!
Slides to, goes through the portico shed, and I swear there were tire marks where it slid toward the house. Around the circle, back out the driveway, turned right and took off. And I still didn't know it was Tom. My neighbor was a Homestead cop, and his father was head of security out at Turkey Point. They said they both pulled their guns and were at the window. They thought it was like a home invasion robbery. But I had a hint afterwards because it was a Bush beer can. He threw a Bush beer can out when he drove through the porte cochere, you know. So anyway, finally, he shows up. I don't know where he went, you know, but he finally.
Get more beer?
And then Cochran came and Tapley and Fred and everybody. All of a sudden, you know, I'm going to get more chips from the patio, you know, and all this was in the next 20 minutes. And I look out front and I see a police car coming, and I see 2 police cars coming, and I see 3 police cars coming, and they all turn in my driveway. Okay? So all I did was, put the joint up. I run to the back. I run to the back table. We were playing on the patio. I go, Tom, I think somebody's here for me. And Cochran, Cochran, we had been talking about what the hell he did. He had gotten out and he saw a cat crossing the street.
Oh no!
100 yards away, and that was the 3 shots he fired to kill the cat. So Tom was drunk.
We don't know if he got him or not.
Was drunk when he got there.
No, he wasn't.
I know it's a shocker, but so he's drunk now, obviously, with the cops. 20 minutes later, you know, and Cochran's trying to smooth things over since he was with. I wish Cochran was here to finish the story.
Yeah.
But you know, Tom goes, you know, he's always his famous statement was, "They're not going to arrest me. He's hand saved."
You can't save lives.
He's here. Anybody ever hear him say that? So he goes out and he tells the guy, "Yeah, we're in my children's hospital," you know, and all this. And the guy goes, "Well, you know, shooting a gun on the street is kind of stupid, you know, and you know, you're gonna take care of him, Cochran, you know, keep him alive." Yeah. And Tom goes, "Got away again, you know, got away with it again."
God.
And that was pretty much. Oh, I think. But Cochran finished this story. Cochran was behind him when they left my house, and he was taking Tapley home, and somehow he went off the road and overcorrected, and a car went up. This car his mother had only given him like 3 days before was on 2 wheels, about to roll over, and then it crashed down, you know, on all 4 wheels. And I think Cochran made him get out of the car and get in his car. He drove him and Tapley home. But yeah.
All right, everybody, get ready.
Oh, I see. You all wouldn't have. I wouldn't have found you all if you were in this room.
Who are you?
Anybody here
Are you with us? No, you can't be with us. You got blackballed, didn't you?
You're somebody that kicks that matters.
That's right.
They didn't take notes.
Anybody that matters?
Who was the damn secretary then?
Keith.
That's why he wanted. That's why he wanted to know you here.